What's going on? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's the first time something about the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. New information has come out as far as the investigation of Mica Miller. You know, she was the wife of Pastor John Paul Miller, you know, out there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Now, news has come out in the past 24 hours that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, is involving themselves in this case, which I think is a good thing. And it should bring some relief to the family and those others that are interested in this case. Now, I'm going to play you this video excerpt, and I want you to pay attention to a couple of things. And they're all in coming out of the mouth of the husband, this idiot, John Paul Miller. I could say it's something about this guy I don't like, but I mean, it's already out there and everybody knows what it is. This guy is fake. This guy, he craves attention and he thinks he's smarter than everybody else. Take a look at this video and see if you picked up what I'm going to talk about when we come back. Take a look.
The investigation of the death of the wife of a South Carolina pastor. She was found dead in apparent suicide in April, but now federal authorities are assisting. Eva Pilgrim has the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Mica Miller's friends and families have said since she died that they think there's something more to this story, and they've been pushing for answers, begging for investigators to keep looking. This morning, the investigation taking a turn. This morning, an unexpected twist in the death of a South Carolina pastor's wife. The sheriff announcing the FBI and U.S. attorney are helping in the Mica Miller investigation. The 30-year-old calling 911 moments before she was found dead at a state park in North Carolina on April 27th, about an hour north of where she lived in Myrtle Beach. Her death had been ruled a suicide.
There's got to be some accountability here.
Mica's death coming just days after she told a police officer she was scared for her life, finding a GPS tracker on her car and a razor blade in her tire. She and her husband, John Paul Miller, were in the process of separating. He was a pastor at a local church. He has since been released from his duties, but previously spoke at a memorial service about his wife.
I've been down with the body about 4 times this week, and each time it still didn't hit me. I thought she was going to wake up, you know. I even tried to raise her from the dead.
And now, new images released from authorities show Mica the day of her death, leaving her house, buying a gun, stopping at a gas station near the park, and then making that 911 call.
Are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Authorities releasing no other information about the investigation at this time. Some friends and family left with questions, refusing to believe Mica took her own life.
We were talking about her coming to church Sunday, just life stuff, just her moving forward.
Mica, posting shortly before her death, shared this with anyone struggling with leaving a dangerous situation.
God hates divorce because it hurts people. But does abuse hurt people? How do you think God feels about that?
And this was her last Facebook post. When terrible, terrible, terrible things happen to you, y'all know what I'm talking about. RPF, rest in peace face. Now, investigators say they actually requested assistance from the FBI and U.S. Attorney's Office early into this investigation based on the information gathered and for jurisdiction reasons, Robin.
I know you're going to stay on this for us, Eva. Thank you.
That's the story. And, you know, the update of the story. This guy right here is fake as hell. And he's annoying. I mean, how many of you guys out here think he's annoying? I mean, I don't want to say show of hands, but you know what I'm saying. This guy right here is crazy. I don't see how anybody can follow behind the silliness he do. This guy right here has extreme narcissistic qualities. And in my opinion, this guy right here is just a douchebag. He is. Did you hear what he said, y'all? He was at a memorial for his wife. I went and saw the body 4 times. You went and saw the body 4 times, and it still didn't hit me. It still didn't hit me that she was gone. Okay. Did it hit you after you went in front of your congregation and shit on her? Did it hit you then? Did it hit you when you announced that stuff when you wasn't supposed to? How about, did it hit you, that there was a serious issue of how much you cared about her before you tried to put her picture of her topless, your own wife, on Facebook? And then you took it down because you thought about it. It would make you look bad as a pastor. You didn't take it down because it hurt her. I'm going to tell you something. The second part, and this part makes me really mad. I even tried to raise her from the dead. He said that in church. He tried to raise her from the dead. I think, honestly, in my opinion, that goes against all the principles in which he taught in his church. And I want you to hear me on this. Reason why I say that is this. Now, all of a sudden, you trying to raise her from the dead, a natural occurrence when God calls people home. You yourself say that when you're talking about death and trying to ease the pain of those that have lost loved ones. And then what you said you tried to do conflicts your faith and the faith of others in God. So what you were saying didn't mean nothing. When you were saying all of that stuff about how God has the power and God doesn't. So now you're trying to override God's will, if that's what it was, which it wasn't. She should still be here. I'm telling you guys, if I was in that crowd and he did that, did you see how he did it? Like, I even tried to raise her from the dead. And then he went to another subject real quick. Think about that. I want you to think about how arrogant this son of a bitch is. If I was a family member and he had said that out his mouth, y'all, I would have made the news. That's real rap. If that was my sister or my daughter, and you said that in front of these people that you already shit in front of and try to disrespect their honor before, I'd have went up there and mollywhopped the dog shit out of him. I would have tore that whole stage up. For real. Who does that? This is a 40-something-year-old man and he's doing stuff like this. I think, man, when people feel as though they got the masses behind them and they feel as though they can say anything or do anything, they'll say anything. And that's what came out his mouth. He looks stupid. The FBI is on this investigation now. And I'm telling you, an FBI interrogation different than the ones you see on First 48. More and more stuff will be coming out about his behavior. I seen a video last night where she wanted to get away from him, went to her sister's house. He got mad, blew the sister's phone up, talking about he's locked and loaded, talking about he got guns and he coming over there. Then he sent another text at the same time. Oh, I'll drop her stuff off. Where do you want me to take all her stuff? I got it in the truck. Do you want it at the Goodwill? Do you want it on the edge of their property? This is your wife. Then following right behind that, and I want you to pay close attention. He did the typical BS that weak men do. All of a sudden, boom, bipolar, boom, he switches. Oh, I'm sorry. Tell her I love her. Oh, if she comes back to me right now, all is forgiven. Oh, I just don't want to lose her. How many of you women out there been in relationships with nutcase people like that? I had somebody like that in my life before. Do some of the most craziest stuff. Hey, we're done. You separate yourself from them so you can't become, you can't deal with them up close and deal with them acting crazy. And what they do, they blow your phone up, threaten you, say whatever they want just for you to answer. And when you don't answer, and I keep telling you, silence is golden. Also, removing your presence from somebody, that's self-destructing is golden too. They immediately calm down. They try another tactic. They try to come up another angle to catch you up on the mountain. And it don't work. Now, all of a sudden, he went from tough and then, oh, sorry to you and sorry to the guy, I guess the husband. You know what I'm saying? It's no way I would have dealt with that. No way I would have dealt with that. This guy hounded this woman to her grave, to her own demise. Think about that. He pushed somebody. He might not have pulled the trigger directly, but he was the one that ultimately put the gun in her hand and made her purchase the weapon. She bought the gun, guys, and went and used it the same day. And you sit up there and talk at a memorial like you cared and you the main one that was causing this. Seriously, who are we fooling here? People like this are the worst type. Never accept guilt. Never their fault, but they're the cause of everybody else. These type of people you can't correct, because as soon as you start making a point before you finish that sentence and they know what you're going to say before you say it, they'll cut you off and put it right back on you. I hope they catch this dude, and I don't think he'll be charged with murder because he didn't, because they ruled her death self-destruction. I don't think he'll get charged with murder, but he should get charged with something. And he should be outed like he's being outed now, because this needs to be a lesson to a lot of people out here that do this type of stuff. This is foul. I don't see it no other way. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. What do you think is going to be discovered in the federal investigation? Because I'm going to be honest, I think a lot of stuff is going to, it still has yet to come to the surface. That's going to make this guy look like a total idiot more than he looks now. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.